Hi students, so right now you are in checkpoint 3 of our Gothic and Transcendental unit, and so you should be looking at this document, Exploring Transcendental Literature. And so you should have already completed notes on the Transcendental genre, and now we're moving on to applying our understanding to the text, and you're looking at these video directions right here. So that is where we are. And so let's go over what it is you need to do for step 2. So for our assignment, we will complete the same practices twice, one for Emerson's writing Nature, and again for his writing Self-Reliance. So what do you need to do for this? So the first thing you need to do is open up our first reading, Nature. And so when you open it up, you'll see that there are questions for each part. So we have a part 1 question, you'll read it, and then you'll answer the question, and you'll do that again for part 2. You'll read part 2 question, you'll read the section, and you'll answer the question. And so you need to do that for part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5, and then you'll be done with the reading questions. And so in this box here, you can either answer the questions directly in there, or you can make a copy of this document and link it into the box. That is up to you. And then after you've answered the questions and understand the reading, you're going to individually select what you believe to be one of the most important quotes from nature. And you're going to record that one quote on a piece of paper or digitally, leaving room for an analysis on meaning beneath the quote. And then below the quote, in a different color and or font, you'll record what belief or meaning the quote proves concerning Transcendentalists' view on nature. And lastly, you'll include a fun picture. So those directions might make sense to you. They might not. Just in case they don't, I created a little presentation letting you know what you should do for those steps. So after you answer the reading questions for nature, for your next steps, you're going to do the following. So for the practice, you're going to select what you believe to be the most important quote from the assigned text. So let's take a look at this example. This is for a different reading because I didn't want to steal anyone's thunder, but this is an example of what you would do. So for nature, on a piece of paper, or you can do this digitally, you would write out in large font a quote that you believe is the most important quote from the reading. So look at how I wrote this quote in really big letters, but I left space at the bottom. In that space, you will then, below the quote, in a different color or font, you will record what belief or meaning the quote proves concerning Transcendentalist views on nature. So here I have the quote, and here I explain what it shows about Transcendentalism. So I write, Thoreau draws a comparison between humans and ants by referring to the ants as soldiers, a term we consider more commonly referential to humans. If ants, some of the tiniest members of nature, can act upon concepts that we identify as honoring one's own and taking revenge upon an enemy, it suggests a connection between the natural tendencies of all living creatures. While the decisions made in warfare may be negative, cruel, and vicious, Thoreau suggests that these are actions not limited to humans, but rather shared throughout nature. And I have a little picture of an ant saying, "Run, ant, run!" And so we have our quote, and we have our analysis of the quote. So that's what you're expected to do. So let's return to the main document. So you answer the reading questions about nature, and you create your image with the quote and the explanation. Then you'll do all of that again for Self-Reliance. So if we open up Self-Reliance, we'll see that it's the same deal. We have the reading with different parts. You have part 1, you read it, and you answer the question. Part 2 question, read it, answer the question. You'll do that for part 3, 4, and 5. And then after you answer the reading questions, helping you understand the Self-Reliance reading, you then go through and you complete another image for Self-Reliance where you have the quote and then the analysis and your cute little picture. And again, you can do this by hand or digitally, but your hand-drawn or digital images should go in these boxes down here so that I can see them. So you have boxes where you turn in your work, and then you're done. All right, so that is step 2. If you have any questions, please email me right away, chat me right away, or if we're close to office hour time, you can come to my office hours and ask me directly. All right, good luck with step 2. I'll see you later.